Can a long-awaited togetherness actually end in tears? That question now haunts the minds of millions of ARMYs around the world after a shocking moment occurred in Los Angeles. Kim Taehyung, or V from BTS, suddenly left LA without warning, leaving an atmosphere full of question marks. Even more surprising, Jungkook finally spoke up about the incident, and what he said made fans unable to hold back their tears. The incident began when BTS held a special reunion in Los Angeles, a city that has always held important meaning in their global journey. LA is the place where BTS once made history, performing on the biggest international stage and gaining worldwide recognition. The reunion was initially planned as a warm moment, a reminder that even though the members are focused on their individual activities, their bond never fades. However, the moment that should have been filled with happiness turned into a mystery when Taehyung was seen leaving the event early, without explaining his reasons. Immediately, the cameras of the media and the fans' attention were fixed on Jungkook. His stunned expression, his teary eyes, and his confused gestures instantly went viral on social media. ARMY began to wonder, what really happened behind Taehyung's sudden departure? Was it merely a personal matter, or was there something much deeper? Something that could not be said openly? A few days after the incident, Jungkook finally decided to speak. He wrote an emotional message on his personal platform that immediately triggered a massive reaction from ARMY. Not every farewell has words. Sometimes silence is more honest than a long explanation, Jungkook wrote briefly. That simple sentence only deepened the curiosity. Was Jungkook giving a clue about Taehyung's condition? Or was it his personal feeling that he could not say directly? Not long after, Jungkook gave a longer statement in a limited interview. With a serious face, he admitted that he was very shocked when Taehyung suddenly left LA. I really didn't expect it. We all waited for this moment, and I believe Taehyung did too. But there are things I cannot tell. What I can say is only one. He is going through something heavy, and I hope everyone can understand. Jungkook revealed with a trembling voice. That statement immediately shook ARMY. Many cried, heartbroken to hear that Taehyung was apparently facing a heavy burden. Speculation arose quickly. Was it career pressure that made him choose to leave? Or was there an internal conflict that forced him to leave LA without warning? There was no clear answer, but one thing was certain. Jungkook himself seemed deeply hurt. The emotional reaction of ARMY grew even stronger when fancam videos of the reunion spread widely. In the video, Jungkook was seen trying to follow Taehyung, but his steps stopped. He just stood still, as if something was holding him back. Fans interpreted that moment as a sign that Jungkook actually wanted to be by his friend's side, but the situation did not allow it. Many fans wrote that the scene broke their hearts, seeing two close friends now separated in such a mysterious situation. Korean and international media also intensely discussed the incident. Some outlets said Taehyung left LA due to personal reasons that could not be revealed to the public. Others speculated about urgent schedule issues. However, Jungkook's emotional statement made many believe that the reason was far more complex than just an agenda problem. What made the situation even more emotional was Taehyung's silence after the incident. No posts, no official statements, as if he truly wanted to disappear for a while. For ARMY, this silence felt even more painful, as they were used to seeing Taehyung actively sharing his feelings and personal moments. When that silence was combined with Jungkook's words, it became clearer that something very serious was happening. Jungkook himself, despite trying to stay strong, could not fully hide his disappointment. In a short live session, he once again mentioned Taehyung with words that made many fans cry. We always said that BTS is a home. But sometimes, even at home, there is someone who feels like stepping out for a while. I can only hope he comes back with a smile. That sentence was an emotional blow to ARMY. They flooded social media with prayers, support, and love for Taehyung. Hashtags like #WeLoveYouTaehyung and #StayStrongBTS quickly became global trending topics. Many hoped Taehyung would not feel alone, that there are millions of hearts ready to accompany him through difficult times. However, the big question still lingers. What really made Taehyung leave LA so suddenly? Was he truly facing personal problems? Or is there something big being prepared that made him disappear for a while? Speculation continues to emerge, but there has been no clear answer. And in the middle of it all, Jungkook has become the most open figure, even though his words made ARMY even more emotional. This incident once again proves how fragile the lives of idols can be behind the glittering stage. Taehyung, who has always been known as a cheerful and charming figure, apparently also feels such heavy pressure that he had to take a drastic step. And Jungkook, who usually appears strong, this time could not hide his sadness. Both showed a human side rarely seen, and that made ARMY feel even more emotionally connected. Now, all eyes are on the next step. Will Taehyung give an official explanation? Will Jungkook speak again more openly? Or will this mystery remain hanging, becoming part of BTS's long journey, filled with surprises? One thing is certain, ARMY's tears have not yet dried, and their hearts are still waiting for good news. In the end, all the questions that arose from the shocking news about Jungkook speaking out and Taehyung suddenly leaving LA must be viewed with a cool head. ARMY needs to know that much of the story circulating is nothing more than fragments of information exaggerated into a dramatic narrative. In fact, there is no strong evidence showing that Taehyung truly left because of a mysterious reason as reported by some media, let alone being linked to internal conflict or a BTS split. Several official reports that appeared instead mentioned that Taehyung had a personal agenda that could not be publicly announced. That situation is normal for a celebrity of his stature, considering that many schedules must be kept confidential. In the global entertainment world, it is very common for artists to leave an event earlier than planned due to work reasons, health, or other unavoidable commitments. Unfortunately, Taehyung's sudden departure from LA was blown out of proportion, as if it became a huge drama involving emotional conflict between him and Jungkook. When Jungkook wrote a short sentence on social media, many fans interpreted it as a hidden signal related to Taehyung. In reality, the original context of his writing was never directly linked to that moment. Jungkook was merely sharing personal thoughts, a reflection of feelings difficult to put into words. Sadly, that sentence was twisted and used as proof that he was commenting on Taehyung's decision. This is what made the news even more chaotic and filled with speculation. It needs to be emphasized that until now, there has been no official statement from HYBE nor from Taehyung himself confirming claims that he left due to emotional pressure or internal conflict. Taehyung's silence instead proves that he wanted to keep his privacy, not because there was a major drama deliberately hidden. On many occasions, BTS members have always stressed that they remain solid, even though each is currently busy with individual activities. False news or excessive speculation like this often emerges because of the enormous public attention toward BTS. Every movement, expression, even their silence can easily be twisted into a big issue. Yet behind all that, the members are also ordinary humans who have private lives, needs, and decisions that cannot always be openly shared with the world. Demanding every explanation from them could instead add unnecessary pressure and emotional burden. When such news continues to grow, the impact is not only on ARMY who feel anxious and sad, but also on the members themselves. Imagine how Jungkook feels when his words are twisted into a big issue, or how Taehyung must bear the burden of gossip that he left because of conflicts that never happened. This is certainly very unfair to them, especially when the relationship among the members has long proven to be strong through many hardships. BTS is a group that always emphasizes the meaning of brotherhood. They have gone through many trials, from the difficult debut days, the global pressure when breaking into the world music market, to military service that temporarily separated them. Yet at every opportunity, they always showed that the foundation of their friendship does not easily crumble. If there really were major problems, they would not be revealed through a public moment like this. BTS members are known to be wise in protecting their privacy as well as their professionalism. The news about Taehyung suddenly leaving LA is more accurately described as an example of how rumors can grow in the era of social media. A single video clip, one facial expression, or one short sentence can turn into a long theory wrapped in emotional narratives. Whereas, the reality may be much simpler. Perhaps Taehyung simply had an urgent schedule, maybe a family matter, or maybe he just felt tired. But because of his status as a global icon, every small action is immediately highlighted and interpreted excessively. For ARMY, It is important to remain wise in responding to news like this. Do not easily get carried away by dramatic narratives with no clear sources. Do not let the tears fall out of worry actually come from false news. Jungkook and Taehyung are friends whose relationship has been proven strong for years. One moment in LA is not enough to tear down the foundation they have built together. End conclusion. The news that Jungkook spoke out about Taehyung leaving LA suddenly and made ARMY cry is a story filled more with speculation than facts. There is no official evidence, no direct statement to support the claims. What exists are only fragments of stories twisted and wrapped in emotion to look dramatic. ARMY must realize that their idols have the right to privacy, the right to make decisions without always having to explain them publicly. The falsehood of this news must be an important lesson that behind every gossip, there is a reality often much simpler. And that reality is that BTS remains solid, Jungkook and Taehyung remain friends, and ARMY does not need to drown in sadness over a story with no strong basis. On the contrary, sincere support and consistent love will be the best way to ensure the members feel safe, appreciated, and understood by the millions of fans across the world.